Who is the GOAT midfielder, the greatest of all time? Who has the argument to be the most dominant, the better player, the one that comes to mind when you do it? In my case, I have an answer for four. I have a case for four players that should be considered the best midfielder of all time. Now, a lot of people they get mad because they say like, "Oh, you shouldn't put these players in the same conversation. They don't sit at the same table. One player is clear. One player is better than the other. There's no way you're comparing X, Y, and Z player to this player. Blah blah blah." First off, if you've seen my channel, if you've seen my TikToks, you know that I want to be unbiased as much as possible, and I like having an argument. If you cannot tell me with a straight face that you cannot compare a player to another player when both of them have had a fantastic career, then I can tell that you just don't want to have the argument because you don't want to be wrong. I'm willing to be wrong as long as you bring the facts, as long as you bring everything to the table and you tell me, hey, these are the facts, this is the reason, and this is why. And when you say those reasons, that I can find the flaw on your argument, and then you can find the flaw on my argument and tell me, for example, this is gonna spoil a little of the video, but let's say Xavi is your GOAT midfielder because he did it with Spain and he did it with Barcelona for X, Y, and Z years. But then Modric, who's an argument with me, is just gonna be okay. So you want a Croatian player to win the World Cup? Simple. That's something that I want you to keep in mind. That if you say one player is better than the other because of team accolades with a country, you have to remain in the fact that just like, okay, so if you say that, then a player like, let's say someone that's not in this conversation whatsoever, let's say Haji. Haji, he was from freaking Romania. Do you expect Romania? Do you put that as a downfall on Haji that he didn't win a World Cup with Romania because he was Romanian? And actually, let's double check that because I'm pretty sure Haji. I'm pretty sure he was from Romania. Let's see. Romania and his biggest accolade as a honors. Let's see, his biggest accolade as a Romanian player. What was it? International. Did he even do anything international? He had 124 games, 35 goals. Did he win it? He didn't win anything with international career. Giorgio Romani, blah blah blah. Hadji later took part of the 1990 World Cup. He failed to qualify for the 1986 World Cup. And he led the Romanian team to its best ever international performance as they reached the quarterfinals, which that is a win in itself for Romania. So keep in mind that for Modric, getting Croatia to the final is just as big, if not bigger, than the equivalent of Spain winning the World Cup under Xavi and Iniesta, because there's levels. When you have Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Atletico Madrid, and all these players coming through to your system, you expect greatness. When your biggest team in Croatia is Dinamo Zagreb, you know the expectations are not the same. So just want to put that out there before we jump into the argument. My four candidates, and yeah, make sure to subscribe, drop a like, leave a comment down below. Let me know everything. Follow all the socials down there. But without further ado, if my mouse wants to work. Come on, baby. Don't fail me right now. Don't fail me right now. Let me do this right now because I'm gonna have to connect it for no reason whatsoever because I'm having issues. Let's see. So, first player in the conversation. Like I said, it was gonna be a spoiler from the get-go, but we have Xavi Hernandez, 42 years old, the current manager for Barcelona. If we go to his standards, to his actual accolades. Footballer of the Year 2005, Player of the Year 2008, World Cup winner 2010, two FIFA World Cups. This is the prime Barcelona time, 2009, 2011, and the 2015, which everyone says that might be one of the best Barcelonas ever. I don't feel there's any discussion that Barcelona 2009, 2008 is the best Barcelona there's ever been, but I digress. The European Championship, this right here is historic. This right here skews a lot of conversation for the Spanish players. 2008, 2010, and 2012, dominance. A Spanish champion. So from 1999, I don't think he was a starter here. So let's start it from 2004 and 5 because yeah, this big of a gap. There's no way he was important in this cup. But like 2004, 1, 2 in a row right here, then 2 in a row, 3 in a row here, And then a little lapse right here in 2012 and 2014. With a cup winners, they only got two. Spanish Cup, right here, we got the three. In the Spanish Super Cup, they got eight, which is relative to the fact that they won the Spanish Cup so many times, or the Spanish League. Then the Qatari champion didn't even know. We're not gonna count that, I'm assuming, because it's Qatar. Come on. And then when it comes down to individual, let's see over here. The biggest accolade that he received is a Spain Player of the Year in 2007, 2008. Great. I believe Xavi has a bigger argument to be number four. When it comes down to if we're gonna rank them, I believe Xavi is more than likely number four in both scenarios, if we're talking peak or if we're talking career wise. Why? Because every time I think about Barcelona and I think of that legendary trio of Busquets, Xavi, and my second man right here, Iniesta, I feel Iniesta was the main guy, and then it was Xavi. It wasn't the other way around. This man was a magician right here, and this is why I believe Xavi or Iniesta or Xavi will be fourth. Then Iniesta, with these two men over here, have the argument to be the best one when it comes down to overall. Iniesta, let's go to the accolades. It's gonna be pretty much exact same as Xavi, with the one difference that he got the UEFA Best Player in Europe in 2012. That was right after they won the second. Where is it at? The second Euros in 2012. Now, I'm a personal believer that this man was robbed of a Ballon d'Or in 2010, because let's go with the criteria that they used with Messi in 2021 when he beat Lewandowski for the Ballon d'Or. The whole idea was because, like, hey, Messi played very well with Barcelona, and he also took Argentina to win the Copa America, and he was one of the main guys and the main reasons, being arguably the best player or the most influential player. If we use that same criteria, why did Iniesta not win the Ballon d'Or? Why did Iniesta not win, or Snyder were considered that same logic back in 2010 when they both won the World Cup and Snyder went to the final, and Xavi and Messi won the exact same titles because they both were playing at Barcelona. So what was the argument? I feel like this man was robbed of a Ballon d'Or, and that is what really kills him in the argument. Because arguably peak-wise, you could say he was the best one. In career-wise, his career started so young, same thing as Xavi, that when the fact that he went to Vissel Kobe in Japan hurts his legacy in the sense because like he left at an age that makes this man have a better argument career-wise, because you're talking about Iniesta. Okay, he did it so young, he didn't win Messi, he did everything, and at a certain time he's like, you know what, I quit and everything. Meanwhile, Modric has proven that he got to Real Madrid in 2010. And also, before I say that, because a lot of people on TikTok, shameless plug down below, a lot of people on TikTok tell me, oh, well, where was Modric at the age of Iniesta when he was already at Barcelona? Spanish players versus Croatian players. You're talking about, you want a Croatian player that started in Dinamo Zagreb, I'm pretty sure. You want a player that started in that team who escaped from a war at the time to just have the same opportunities and the same career as Iniesta and Xavi. And then also the fact that like a lot of people, I know this is the loud minority, but I'm also gonna bring it up that this is one of the so-called arguments that I get. Modric was nobody until he joined Real Madrid. So you're telling me the 5 to 6 years that he played in Spurs, let me see. He didn't win anything with Spurs, obviously, but let me just check right here. Transfers. So from Dinamo Zagreb to Spurs, when did it happen? So Dinamo Zagreb in 2008 until 2012, he was with Spurs. How do you expect? So if you're gonna attack Modric in that route, you gotta attack Kane in the same sense that just like, oh, Kane hasn't done anything besides scoring a lot of goals. He's never actually reached a level that makes you think that, oh, he was that guy because he didn't do anything with Spurs. He just scored empty stat goals. Same thing with Modric. So at that point, if you're gonna attack him, which I believe is one of the best strikers of our generation, then you have to treat him the same way as Modric. That Modric, hey, he was playing with Spurs. What else could he do? And once he joined Real Madrid, you got to think about the fact the second season, yeah, his second season is the one that we win the Champions League, and also then he was categorized the biggest flop in our history at the time when he got signed with Alex Song and some other guy who God knows where he is now. And overall, ever since he's one of being one of, if not our most crucial player with Sergio Ramos and Cristiano Ronaldo throughout his whole career with Real Madrid. And now he's 37. If you remember, Iniesta's 38. So when did Iniesta leave for that Japanese team? He left for in 2008. So that's 3 years. So that means he left at 35. At 35, Modric was winning the Champions League. He was still bossing Real Madrid. So you see the difference? You can make the argument that this man right here has been so crucial, has been longevity wise so good that career wise doesn't matter where you put him. If he had, you can make out the argument that if he had had the chance to start with Real Madrid at the same time as Iniesta, would Iniesta and Xavi have the same career or better career, or would Modric have even a better career than he has now, just because he started at a bigger team earlier on? You see what I'm saying? Those are the kind of arguments in context that you got to add to it. Because I'm not playing what ifs. I'm not saying like, oh, he probably would have had it. I'm just saying with what we have in front of us, is it fair to discount one player over the other just because of nationality or history behind them? Now, if we go through the accolades, FIFA best player, FIFA bet the best men's player in 2018, UEFA's best player in 2018, and then he got the Ballon d'Or in 2018. This right here is something that only a handful of elite players have ever done. And you gotta keep in mind, a lot of people like to say that, oh, Suarez did the two boots, golden boots in the Cristiano Ronaldo era, and that's why he's better than Benzema. Then freaking Modric did it in the Ronaldo and Messi era, and he won the whole three. He won the treble of the best, the UEFA Benz and the Ballon d'Or. So don't pick one argument for one player because it fits your agenda there, and then don't use the same logic in another argument. Then 7-time best player, Croatian best player of the year. Only one time he has been beaten by Rakitic, which was in 2015. 4 FIFA World Cup winners, obviously all with Real Madrid. Champions League winner 5 times. And also you gotta count the fact this one right here was without Ronaldo. So the argument just like that team was just carried by Ronaldo, it really goes out the window in the sense because they did it without him. So now you can say like these 4 right here, they needed the freaking what's it called, the death bullet that freaking Ronaldo was to win the game. Meanwhile here it was more of a team effort to win it all. So there you go, 3 Spanish Cups. Oh, this is the La Liga, my bad. 3 La Ligas right here. Obviously, Barcelona in La Liga, it's always gonna be better. I'm not gonna disagree with that. For the longest I've lived, Barcelona, when it comes down to consistently winning against the small teams and everything, they're just good at it. Meanwhile, Real Madrid, as a Madridista, I can tell you, we struggle. We struggle a lot to do that. And so La Liga is something that Barcelona will have in the lock. Super Cup winner 4 times. Spanish Cup winner. This one hurts. I know it hurts to the Barca fans because this is the one that we beat you guys in the final with Gareth Bale goal. Then 4 Spanish Super Cups. This is crazy because that means every single time that we won something here, we won something here, right? Which season? Is this the season that he joined? I think this is the season that he joined, and that was our first trophy. Then 3 Croatian champions with Dinamo Zagreb and 2 times Croatian Cup winners. Now, here's when the thing gets complicated because I believe Xavi, Iniesta, and Modric, they all sit at their own table. They all sit at that table, and then Modric and Iniesta fight themselves to be like, hey, I had a better career. No, you had a better career. Well, you had the better peak, but overall longevity, I win. That being Iniesta having the better peak and Modric having the better longevity and overall not decreasing in level. Meanwhile, Xavi was consistent and was great, but he neither had the better peak, neither the better career. So he's just there, just like keeping everyone at afar. Meanwhile, the best of time, the best midfielder of all time is this man right here. I don't really think there's an argument. And if there is for you, then so be it. But like I said, freaking Modric, Iniesta, and Xavi, they sit at the table. This man's the one during the cheers and like reminding them who the real best player in the world is. Because this man, if you saw him, the best FIFA Men's Player of the Year, 1998, 2000, 2003. How do you win these and not the 3 Ballon d'Ors makes no sense to me. Someone explain me, please, how. Player of the year in Girondin, Footballer of the year from France, Italy, and France. That, of course, being when he played at Juventus, and this I don't know exactly, probably like for like the World Cups and everything. 1998 France, he should have ended with 2 if it wasn't for the Materazzi final. Then in 2000 France, then the one Champions League with his iconic goal in the final. Italian champions, which a lot of people say that his prime, his real true prime, was at Juventus. Which, if you think that, I don't disagree with you. It's just the man was a baller. Like, overall, doesn't matter what team you will put him, he will be your best player. Then Spanish team, the Spanish won La Liga, UEFA Super Cups, 2 Spanish Super Cups, 1 Italian Super Cup, and then the Intercontinental Super Cup, which is the equivalent of the World Cup for the clubs. Overall, player of the tournament, he has 2: the 2000 and 2006 World Cup. Which, this one, he should have won it. They should have won it. They should have won it. My God, I'm so mad because if you come to think about the fact, this man had the perfect career. If he had ended that World Cup and Materazzi hadn't insulted his sister, who knows? Like, there wouldn't be an argument. Legitimate, there wouldn't be an argument. This man is miles above everyone else. Like, I don't like saying clear, but when it comes down to like a clear gap between, hey, who's first and who's the second best in the greatest argument, Zidane is up there. Zidane is arguably like in my top 5 for all time, doesn't matter what position. He's behind Pele, Maradona, Messi, and Cristiano. In that, for me, he's above Cruyff, and Cruyff is my top 6. If you have another argument, do let me know. But it goes for me career wise. It goes Zidane, Modric, Iniesta, Xavi. It goes with peak. It goes Zidane, Iniesta, Modric, Xavi. You guys let me know in the comments down below. But thank you very much. What is this right here? Go away. But thank you very much if you made it all the way into this video. It's an argument. I like waffling. You guys know that if you follow me on TikTok. But yeah, subscribe, leave a comment down below if you have any thoughts or any arguments against me, or if you have another third, maybe Lampard, maybe Scholes, maybe Gerrard, maybe Pirlo. I don't know who you think about when it comes down to the best of all time. But yeah, this is what I make these videos. I like it, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Peace.